Hey guys, welcome to our training. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So, I will give her a magazine. I don't know if you got one of these, Kelsey. So there you go. You got one. Being one of the first ones. Okay. So one of the first things that I wanted to go over is announcements. Conference, you guys. I cannot stress enough how important it is to get to our Limelight conference. And the good thing, I think, for those of you that have had issues with finances before, is that it's going to be in Orlando. It's not going to be in Tampa. So a lot of the plane tickets, you can get it for under $300 to get a round trip ticket, at least if you're in Utah. I know a lot of you guys are in Utah, but because you're flying into Orlando and not Tampa, it's going to be cheaper from wherever you are. So please, please come to conference. I cannot stress it enough how important conference is and the benefits, and to be able to be in a room with 14,000 other It Works distributors. I mean, the social proof is unreal, okay? To be there with so many other people who have made the decision that you've made to become a distributor with this company. You're gonna get to know corporate, you're gonna get to know how awesome they are, and just be able to trust the leaders of our company, and just being able to focus on your dreams for 3 days straight. There's nothing like it, and conference is something that I feel is a must attend event if you want to have your business grow and explode next year in 2015. It's the most important thing I feel like you can do for your business. You also are going to hear stories there. You're going to hear from other people that have built this business, and maybe they're just like you. Maybe they're a single mom, or maybe they have had different issues, and so you're going to have that relatability to them. And you're going to realize if they can do it, I can do it. So there's just so many benefits to attending conference. And the next thing is the Good Bonus. Probably most of you guys know this, but the Good Bonus promotion is still going on for anyone that enrolls by October 31st. They have until January 31st to reach Diamond and to earn the $10,000 bonus. Make sure that you are letting your potentials know that it's not a lump sum of $10,000, but it is a get out of debt bonus, and that it's an extra $400 a month for 25 months to help them get out of debt. Also, the Too Good. This has been such an emotional theme watching these drawings. I actually cried on the first one I watched when they did the drawing at Dash. I'm like watching it from my home at my computer and just like, oh my gosh, like my heart was racing. I had goosebumps thinking of all these people, and I wasn't even the one. So to be able to award someone and see someone win $20,000 to pay off debt has just been, it's been unreal. And so I just know that it's something that I want you guys all to get an entry. So many people that they would ask, how many entries did you have? So many people said, I had one entry, only one entry.
13 out of the 20 last time had only one entry.
There you go. Christina says 13 out of the 20 that won had only one entry. So I have an entry. I hope you guys all will get an entry and work really hard to do that and help your team do that as well. Also, I'm so excited about our new product, the exfoliating peel that's coming out. So in one of our leadership pages too, they actually announced that it will be available October 27th. So on Monday, rather than November 1st. So I don't know if that's like a big secret or whatever, but and I know on Facebook they've sent it out to like a lot of the top money earners so that they could try it out. Ashley Sinclair, if you want to look her up on YouTube, she actually just made a video of herself trying it, and she has really problematic skin. the thing that she talked about most was how it smelled so good, how it felt so good on her skin. So, you know, do a post, do something about like I'm taking pre-orders for that. And so it looks like it'll be available a few days before what we originally thought. Also, our empowerment training, the one that we just have, you know, all come together. Lots of different leaders are going to be speaking. That's going to be November 15th. We're going to also stream it live. It's going to be at the same time, 10 a.m. Utah time. So those are the announcements I have. I just kind of wanted to go over a few things that I have learned lately with all of you guys. And one thing that they brought up at Green Carpet, and probably some of you guys have seen it going around, is this idea when you're at a party and you are, everyone's sitting around kind of sampling, you know, the gel and the greens and everything. Let them know that you're gonna do, if you can, do a facial, giving away a free facial, okay? So, and how you're gonna do this, and I just thought this was brilliant by Cammie Dempsey. What you're gonna do is have everyone post on Facebook saying, I'm trying that crazy wrap thing. I'm trying to, you know, you can even say, I'm trying to win a facial. If I get the most likes, I win. This is pretty funny. I have to share this because one of my brother is obviously, he's cheering me on, a cheerleader, but someone that he's friends with attended a party of another leader. And so she posted on Facebook, like, I'm trying that crazy rap thing and I'm trying to win a facial. So my brother commented and say, hey, my sister does that. She's a 5-figure month earner. Contact her if you want to do it and tag me actually in the post. And so I got a message from the leader that was there saying, like, I don't know if you saw your brother's comment, but I had to like reach out to him. I don't step on anyone's toes, so just make sure that you're being, you know, respectful. If you see posts like that, obviously if it's not your attendee, then you're gonna know that. But I think that's a great way to generate interest. And if they had a ton of likes and a ton of responses, I definitely would say, you know, we need to have another party for you, or you should definitely consider joining the business. So I think that was just a brilliant way that the one who gets the most likes in, you know, 10 or 20 minutes actually wins the facial. I thought that was a great idea at parties. Another thing for parties specifically, and I can post a link for this call, but I like the idea, and I know a lot of leaders have taught this, is that you don't want to leave a party without another party. And I think a great way to make this happen is to use our customer referral program. A lot of times I don't bring this up until they've actually signed and, you know, you're letting them know more about it. But think about this, if you have all these people sitting around at a party and you say, okay, our company has something really awesome, even for loyal customers that join, say, if you guys will book a party with me, those that have joined as loyal customers in the next 3 weeks, everyone at your sample party or your event, if they join as a loyal customer, you're gonna get a box of wraps for free or $35 worth of product. Who wouldn't want that? Even if 1 or 2 people came for that loyal customer, they're gonna be ecstatic. They're gonna be so happy because they got a box of wraps for free or $35 in points. So just work on that as far as not leaving a party without another party. And I hope you guys will implement that because I thought it was a great idea. And the company rewards them enough. You know, the company will reward them in that way. So the leader that actually shared that said she rarely gives away free wraps anymore. The company rewards them already. So also, I think when you're talking about the loyal customer program, one thing that I have started doing too is let them know what the benefits are first. You know, let them know they're gonna get the wholesale pricing, that they're gonna receive up to 45% of a discount, that they're earning points towards free product on every order, and that the points are rolling over so they can use it for free product at a later time. And that you are going over all of the benefits before you let them know that this is all possible with a 3-month minimum order. So I think just going over all the benefits, I would just say, you know, before I would just say, as long as you were ordering this one thing, you know, for 3 months, but I think going over all the benefits first can really help someone say, you know, they're hearing all these great benefits and then this is how easy it is to actually become a customer. Okay. And another thing I'm presenting, and I took some leaders here in Utah to a meeting up in Salt Lake. And so I wanted to share a little bit of what he said. And so people kind of already like, their programming is completely against network marketing. Who agrees with that? We completely have found that to be true. So the first bit of advice that I want to share is that people only have their minds wrapped around like 5 ways to get paid in this world. There's 5 acceptable ways to make income. One is, you know, like a blue collar worker, white collar worker, owning your own business, an investment, an investor, or doing sales. Network marketing doesn't fit into any of those categories. So it's like I'm coming up to Christina and I'm speaking in English. Hey, you should join as a distributor. You can make money doing this. And she's like, I don't understand you. Like, this doesn't make sense for anything that I've ever learned before. And so if you never embrace the fact that temporarily you're gonna have a drop in social acceptance. Honestly, like that's just the way that it is. And if you can't accept this, you're probably not gonna make it as a distributor very long. I have learned this over time that until you can kind of show someone what this is all about, then they're gonna kind of reject what you're talking to them about because it's gonna seem like it's coming in a different language. So if you accept that, and especially when you first start, just know that people are the haters are gonna hate kind of thing. Go listen to the Taylor Swift song and pump yourself up because it's gonna happen. I have actually my 2 closest friends when I started this barely talked to me. So it's been really hard, but I mean, and there's lots of quotes and stuff that go around. I mean, I can't pay my bills with their opinions. I can't become my best with what they say. So just keep that in mind. And as hurtful as it is, I'm not going to tell you that doesn't hurt my feelings because it obviously does. But I know that I'm supposed to be doing this. And so just push past that tough beginning because this is not easy. It's definitely a simple plan that it works as laid out for us, but definitely not something easy, but it's gonna be worth it. And I promise you, those guys will come around. They'll come around eventually. You just have to be consistent and sort of expect it in the beginning. So back to the whole programming thing, because people aren't programmed, they feel like we are speaking to them in a different language. We went to a training and the guy said, and I thought this was really brilliant. He told us that the human brain actually makes decisions about doing something on 0 information, but it's not about the actual information. And so everything that we decide or everything that we think or feel is based on your subconscious mind unless you're in that exact moment. So this was really important. So this is mainly like how to close people and how to present in a way that they're gonna like accept the information and not be completely turned off. So stories are like crack cocaine for the mind. So sharing a powerful story is gonna be a very good way to get someone to join. So before you, and I have done this before, and it has actually, it like softens people, it like brings down their defenses. So saying a line like, before I tell you anything about these products or this business, I wanna tell you what happened. Like, can you already feel what that sentence means? Like, I already just feel it just saying it. Like, if somebody was trying to sell something to me, like, I would have immediately feel calmed down. Like, they're gonna tell me a story, you know? And so, your story is your most powerful tool. So perfect it. Get it down to a few minutes, really powerful. You know, share what you were doing before and what you didn't like about it. And then share what It Works has done for you, or how it's rescued you or saved you, and then how you see your future differently. But also, you know, tell your story of where you were before and what happened to you, I think is really powerful. So, and not just information, you know, let it really come to your heart. So you can close them first this way, honestly. Like, because everybody just has that programming of like, they're gonna sell me something. But if you start with a story, they're gonna respond so much better. Also, giving them a choice. You know, what's gonna be easier for you? Getting started tonight, or wondering if this could have been what you were looking for. So asking them questions. I think questions are the top money earners' biggest tools. And then also, you know, asking questions like, did you know there's a career called network marketing that allows you to work from home on your own time and make a substantial amount of money? Like, it's actually a career. This is a profession. Okay, this is real. Even though most people don't understand it, it really is real. I like that he just gave us some really awesome things that we could say to people, and I think even for a Facebook or Instagram post, they'd be awesome. You probably are interested in what I'm doing part-time to earn a fortune. Just like, oh my gosh, these things were so awesome. What about, would it be, and another one is, would it be okay? Would it be okay? Asking someone, would it be okay? Because we all want to say yes. When we're asked a question like that, we all want to say yes, it would be okay. Would it be okay if you could sell your alarm clock to your neighbor? I like that one. Would it be okay if you were making more money part-time than you are currently full-time? I like just with some of them that our team came up with while we were there is, would it be okay if you could tone, tighten, and firm in 45 minutes? I mean, these things are just kind of like a play on someone's mind. Another really great one, because some of the best lead-ins are, I just found out, most people, did you know, all these kinds of things, like, that just like reads into the story. So they shared, one of them is, most people I show this business to get really excited and want to join, but some don't. So I love the most people, because we actually want to be in the most people crowd. And I found that too. People, there's strength in numbers, and people don't want to be left out. So They also went over some objections when you're like presenting or talking to people, like prospects and stuff. So many of the ones that I hear are like, I'm not a salesperson, right? Oh, that one just kills me. Because I am definitely not a salesperson. And I just feel like I've fallen in love with products that I love. And so I'm just, it works with running through my veins. Anyone that's been around me, they just know it. They just can feel it from me. So I feel compelled to share this any way I can. And I'm like thinking every time I'm around someone, like, how can I bring this up? If I've never talked to them before, like, how can I bring this up in a normal, natural way? So the whole I'm not a salesperson thing, well, a lot of people feel that way until they attend one of our trainings and realize they don't have to be a salesperson after all. I mean, it's just a brilliant way of like changing the mind, and I'm like, they don't have anything to say. They just don't have anything to say at that point. And just so many things, like most people get excited about trying our wraps when I show them results like this. That would be a really good Facebook post, I feel like. It's just, you just never want to have that sales pitch and never put prices or anything like that on my regular Facebook page. Most people get excited about trying our product because they have loose skin too, or they once had loose skin, or they once had stretch marks or extra fat or a muffin top or whatever. So just using that, most people get excited about trying this because they had stretch marks too. And so you're showing the results of someone that used to have something that they didn't want and how our products actually took care of it. Oh gosh. This guy that did this training, he was brutal. He even said something like, this ice cream would look a lot better on your hips than mine. I mean, he was just like pulling out, cute and everything. So some of the ones that we kind of came up with, he had some other ones from Edwards. What if you could get younger overnight? Or would it be okay if you could get younger overnight? I mean, like our skincare literally does that. What if you could heal your skin overnight? Talking about stretch mark cream. Would it be okay? Oh, I love this one. Would it be okay if you could wake up every morning at the crack of noon?
Yeah.
That speaks to me because I actually hate going to bed and I hate waking up. I'm just like a night owl. I'd rather stay up forever and not ever have to wake up. So just some of those of just thinking of new ways to say it. Greens, I love the greens. And would it be okay if you could turn your body into a lean, mean, disease-fighting machine? I mean, that's what Dr. Gong always says about the greens. And it's just like, it's funny, but it's true, And so just have fun with it, be light with people, and I think they really will come around. Even with the Confianza, would it be okay if you could reduce stress and anxiety naturally and inexpensively? I mean, the Confianza and the greens are life-changing products. So if some of you guys, that are out of the country don't have those there, you will soon. But for most of us here, you've got to let people know about our other products. And I don't really like to post pictures of graphics. I like to actually take a picture of the bottle or take a picture on my counter of something else. Like, it just seems more personable when you're not just posting a graphic. So, I mean, I know some people post graphics and it works for them, but I just think overall we need to just be real with people. Some of the other questions were, are you okay with getting a 2% pay raise each year for the rest of your life? Like, no, of course we're not. I want to be in control of my own pay raises. I don't want somebody dictating, what I can make. What about, are you okay with waking up early and going to a job that just barely helps you make ends meet each month? Those are the kind of questions that people will ask themselves, and it'll help them think about things. So I just want to end my part just letting you guys know, like, I truly care about all of you. I'm here for all of you, and I may not 100% all the time be the best at showing it. This is why I have my husband Brandon here to do like more of the lovey-dovey stuff with you guys, but I really do love you guys and care about you guys. I care about your success in and out of it works. And I truly do know that reaching your goals with this company and what we have our hands on, that you will become your best, that you will be refined, and that you will have to face your fears, and that you will overcome yourself. I think honestly ourselves are our biggest obstacle. And we're all gonna get to a wall, whether you believe you can even make it to Ruby, whether you can believe you can make it to Triple Diamond. You have to face those fears, and you have to push past them. And if you don't do that, you're gonna always feel stuck. And so this company and really going after it, you're gonna become your best self along the way. And so one of my heroes for network marketing is Eric Worre, and it always sticks with me what he says. And he says, it's not the greatest benefit of doing this is not getting what you want. The greatest benefit is who you're gonna need to become in the process. And in order to get what you want, who you're gonna need to become. And so this really is a way to become your best self, and that's what I think we're all here for, and to truly make a difference in other people's lives. I mean, I think we just yearn for that. What do we want people to remember about us when we die? It wasn't that we were millionaires. It was, did we really have an impact on them? Did we really change our lives and inspire others to do the same? So I love you guys. I'm here for you guys. Just reach out to me anytime, and let me know how I can help you. So I am gonna let Christina Credo go next. She's diamond in our team, and thank you so much.
Woo, Michelle!
Stand. I'm too tall.
It's because of this. This screen is pointing at me.
Yeah, you're being like all
I do stare at it.
live broadcast here.
Hello. Hi everyone. I'm Christina Credo. I am a diamond, soon to be double, on Michelle's team. She asked me today to talk to you first a little bit about Instagram and some things that have helped me as a distributor to grow and to learn and to get over myself. So I would say first with Instagram, with all social media, y'all have to realize that social media is a living, breathing beast, and it grows and it changes, and you have to stay up with it. And if you don't, you're going to be left behind. If you talk to any of the kids nowadays, anybody 16 younger, 18 younger, Facebook is starting to become null and void. Facebook is usually, it's still popular with everybody about ages 21 and up. Anyone younger than that is now moving on towards Instagram, Twitter, well, kind of away from Twitter, but Instagram, and there are some other forms of social media that are coming out. So be aware of these, stay with it. I remember for me when the flip phone went out and the smartphone, I fought against that smartphone forever. I was like, no, my flip phone is the best. But then you go to your smartphone, you're like, oh, it really is better. So stay up with the times, be aware of this. If you don't know how to use something, Google it. Stop asking somebody else to fix your problems. If you have a question about something, figure it out. That's what Google's there for. So a little couple of tips and tricks about Instagram. I did make a video about this, so you're welcome to go to my YouTube page and look it up. It's like 10 minutes long and it's very detailed on how to get more followers and to get loyal customers and distributors from Instagram. So a couple of tips and tricks with it. The first thing would probably be take your Instagram off of private. If it's private and you're hashtagging, no one can see anything that you're posting. You're going to want to make sure that it's public so that when you do hashtag, people will be able to find your stuff. Another thing is hashtags. Hashtags is basically like Google. When you go to Google and you put in zebras, you hit enter, you're going to have a bunch of pictures of zebras. When you go to Instagram and you hashtag zebras, you get a bunch of pictures of zebras. So hashtags is huge. Another thing would be if all you're posting on your Instagram is it works stuff, you're not going to get anywhere. People don't know, nor do they care about It Works yet, unless you're an It Works distributor. It Works is still so new. It's still, I mean, it's only been around for what, 10 years? 12 years, something like that. It's brand spanking new. I mean, some people still don't even know about Mary Kay, and that's been around for 50 plus years. So It Works is still so new and so young that you need to, we're the ones bringing it to the world. So, for example, on your Instagram, my rule of thumb is just like Facebook is 5-to-1 posts. 5 personal or anything else posts, 1 It Works post. 5-1-5-1. With your posting, make it personal, but also make it something that people are going to want to see. If you are only posting pictures of your kids, people don't care. I hate to say that, but they really don't. People, only your best friends are going to know if you're only posting that. Now, for example, if you start posting things that people care about, this is the best way to describe it. What do you look for? When you get on Instagram, or you get on Google, or you get on Pinterest, what are you looking for? If you're a woman, I know it's hair, makeup, outfits, recipes, fitness, do-it-yourself, projects, crafty, inspirational quotes. What else? What else we got? Stuff like that. Traveling, vacations, exactly, things like that. So if you're looking for that, chances are so is everybody else. So if you're only posting pictures of wraps and hashtagging wraps, no one's going to look for wraps. Very few people are. People are going to be looking for those other things. So figure out what you like, because you don't want to be posting things that you don't care about. So for me, everybody knows I love hair. I'm a hairstylist, I love everything about it. I think it's the best thing in the whole entire world. So my Instagram is all hair. All of it, because that's what I care about. I'm horrible at makeup. I have horrible style. Sometimes I get it right, but I can't dress very well. You know, I'm not very lovey-dovey. I don't have any kids yet, you know. So for me, I'm not very crafty either, but I can do hair. So for me, I post lots of stuff with hair, different hairstyles that I like, my clients, an inspirational quote that I think is cute, whatever, and then It Works post. Because people are going to follow me because I have good taste in hair, and they're going to take my advice because I'm good at hair. And then when this hairstylist says, hey, take this hair spin nail product, what are they going to do? They're going to believe me. They're going to say, oh, I want what she has. So I trust her, which makes no sense if you don't know me. But that's the beauty of social media, is you can be anybody who you want. You want to be super stylish? Cool, you can totally fake it. Okay? So start following other pages who you like and take their stuff. Always make sure that you give credit and take stuff. So that's what I do. Yeah, I'll go through Pinterest and screenshot all the different hair that I like and strategically post it on my Instagram. So there's that. Another thing, always be positive, keep cussing out of it. clean up your language, stay classy, and be patient. I think the most important thing everyone needs to realize with Instagram is it took me an entire month before I got a loyal customer off of it. It takes time and it takes followers. You need lots of followers. People only trust, honestly, they only trust those who have lots of followers because, oh, they have lots of followers, cool, they must know what they're talking about. So work on getting followers. One thing that I do, which is probably kind of lame, but it works, and I learned this from one of my distributors, everything that I'm telling you, I didn't come up with it. It was my girl, JD, she came up with it in Vegas, and so I'm kind of telling you what she taught me. Is go to somebody whose stuff that you like, so someone who has a lot of likes on their pictures, and click on those likes. And you'll have a whole list of Instagrammers that are active on Instagram that are liking things. And then go follow. Then the next day, unfollow. I know it sounds lame, but though people trust those who have lots of followers but follow few. It's weird, it's called popularity. Yes, it's Instagram popularity. But that's what I do. I try to keep mine under 800 that I follow. And then I think I hit 4,000 last night. JD, the girl who taught me this, I think she's at 14,000. She has a K, she has 14K, and she just does makeup. She's not a professional makeup artist, but she's really good and she likes it, so that's what she does. People follow her. So if it's quotes, if it's styles, stay true to you, do your personal, and still post like selfies and, you know, like I posted bread, I make bread, and people seem to really like that I can make bread. So, you know, things like that, still be really cool. So there you go, that's Instagram. And be patient with it, give it a month before you get any feedback whatsoever. Instagram is not something you should be completely focusing on. Instagram is something you do when you're waiting at a stoplight, or when you're waiting in line, or you're trying to fall asleep in bed. That's when Instagram is a good time to work it. It's a good way to waste a lot of time if you only focus on that. Facebook is still your number one, and even better than that is going out and talking to people. So
Yeah, blitzing, feel free to.
what?
Yeah, blitzing tips.
Blitzing tips? You want blitzing tips? Okay.
I'll go with what you
No, I like it. Okay. I didn't come prepared. She just tells me to do things and I do it. So blitzing. Blitzing is the number one thing that you should be doing. If you're not blitzing, you're not going to go anywhere. Sorry. If you are scared of it, congratulations, you're just like the rest of us. I've been blitzing now for over a year. I've been in this company for 2 years and it took me a year to start blitzing. Shame, okay? And I'm still scared of it. It still terrifies me. But you know, one thing that I realized is the best way to get people to accept you and to open up and, like Michelle said, break down their walls is to do something, I call it admitting or calling out the situation, admitting the situation. So if you go up to someone and you're sweating, and you're shaking, and you're so scared, tell them. You see a super cute girl, and she's got cute little kids, and you're just like, oh, she's so cute, she'd be such a cute distributor. Go up to her and be like, I'm sorry, I'm so awkward, I'm so embarrassed right now, I'm sweating a little bit because you're a stranger, and I don't know you, but I couldn't help but think you're so cute. And I really wanted to give you a coupon for my business because I just had a feeling that you'd be good at it. What's she gonna do? You just gave her tons of compliments. You told her you were scared to death. She's gonna be like, oh, you're so brave. Thank you for the compliments. Okay, of course I'll take your card. Admit it. If you're messaging people on Facebook and they're on your chicken list, I also made a video of this the other day. It scared me so bad. I was crying after, but it worked. I wrapped her, she sent me tons of people. Those people are now sitting at parties. I called her and I said, Mikkel, you're my number one on my chicken list. And she's like, what's a chicken list? I said, I'm scared to talk to you. Why? I'm so nice. I hope you're not scared. No. You're just sophisticated and beautiful and I want to be you. And I was so scared and nervous to call you, but I knew I was safe. I knew I was safe to ask you this. That one works really, really well. When it comes to your chicken list or people you just like, oh, I don't want to bug them. Good, tell them. See, I have no intention of bugging you. You've liked several of my posts. You've always been supportive, and I know that I'm safe to at least ask you this. This is what I'm going for. would you host a party for me? What are they gonna say? Will you do me a favor? You know? Because if you say things like, well, if you do this and this and this, and then you'll get a free product, they're gonna be like, no, I'm good, I don't need free stuff, right? We get that a lot. But if it's you, and you're saying, will you do me a favor? If you do this for me, my whole life is gonna change. You have the power to do this for me. See what I mean? They're gonna feel uplifted, they're gonna be like, wow, I'm doing good things, I can do this for people. So there's some blitzing and talking to people, and honestly, if you're scared, do it anyway. Because if you get on the Facebook team page and you start complaining about how your business isn't growing and you're not getting anywhere, it's your fault. Sorry, it really, really is. That's a harsh truth I've had to finally admit to myself as I'm sitting here going, oh, I wish I'm not growing as fast as I thought I would. I wish my team would work harder. You know what? They do what I do. If I'm not working, why on earth should I expect them to do that? You're not working, you're not growing, it's your fault. You can't blame anybody but yourself. Because the only way that you can fail at this business is by not doing anything. And it's okay to take days off. It's okay. Like the other day, I was like, I'm done, I'm so done, I'm tired. So I took a whole day off and I ate ice cream and I watched Harry Potter and it was great. Then the next day, I got back to work. And that's okay. That's the beauty of network marketing, is if you're sick, you can take your sick days. Don't take 31 sick days. Because even when you're sick, you still have your phone, and you're going to be interested while you're in bed, so you might as well work. So there's that. What else? What else do you want me to talk about? Don't make it. Sorry.
Anything else? Anything that stood out at Green Carpet or anyone you talked to that?
Everything. Okay. Let's talk events, just like Michelle said. I'm going to talk a little bit about excuses, just like I just barely was. If you're making excuses, oh, it's too hard, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, you're right. There's a scripture that says, as a man thinketh, so is he. You're not brave enough, you're right. You're going too slow, you're absolutely right. You can't do this, you're right. So it's time to change your mindset. You are exactly what you think. And if you need some way to change that, why don't you go and ask those who have been where you've been? Every single day I struggle with believing that I am worthy to have a husband that I have, to have my clientele, to be blessed with this business, to any of that. Every single day it's going to be a struggle. There's not a single top earner who is on stage who doesn't doubt themselves all the time. The difference is they recognize it and they know better. And they know what they need to do to change that. For me, it has been when I'm starting to get down on myself, I call a friend. And I just talk to him about it. I have to vent, I'm a venter. And so that usually helps me. I know that, who is it? Several people. I know that Colette Bowden, if you know her, or Reno Pace, or I think you do this too, Michelle. When they're getting down, they'll watch some uplifting YouTube videos. Those inspirational, like pump up videos, those work really, really well too. So if you're feeling down about yourself, it's your fault, so change it. This business, nobody's gonna hold your hand. People don't hold people's hand in traditional business. They expect them to suck it up, be the CEO, be the boss, and get work done. How is this any different? The difference is we have a team. We're all going through the exact same thing. So if you're feeling alone, stop it, because you're not. You're just not. Another thing would be you need to get to the events. They're amazing. They're so amazing. These events, I'll just kind of give you a little timeline. My first event that I ever went to was September of last year. Yeah, September of last year, and that was when they still did boot camps. And I went to Seattle boot camp, and I was sitting there. It was my first event. The only reason I went is because Tasha drove me crazy. And she's like, "You have to come." And I was like, "Fine." You know, she drove me nuts. And so I went and I spent my very last penny to get there. I couldn't afford plane tickets, so I had to drive. Like, we literally got home on fumes. We had no money. We were out of gas. It was a lot. And now I'm doing Amanda, my bestie. Love you if you're watching. I love you. But when we got there, Cammie Dempsey, this is the first time that I've ever seen or met any of these people. And I was so starstruck. Ooh, Cammie Dempsey, she's amazing. She's number one. And she gets up on stage and she says, you know what, guys? I'm no different than you. Was she a high school girls basketball coach? That's what she was? She's a high school girls basketball coach. That's it, okay? She's like, I'm no different. She quit several times before she finally caught the vision of it works and took off. Cammie failed several times until she realized that she was worth it and that she could do it. Now she's number one. So she gets up on stage and she's all, you know, I'm no different than you. If you have a question or you want to talk to me, come and talk to me. She's like, I'm not a celebrity, I'm not a star. And I'm like, yes, you are. Right? But anyway, so it goes on, and then later I was headed to the bathroom, and Cammie was walking in the bathroom, and I was like, I'm gonna put her to the test. I'm gonna see if she actually needs it. I'm gonna see if she just says what she needs to say on stage to appease us, or if she actually lives by what she says. And I ran up to her, and I said, you know, hi Cammie, my name's Christina, and it was like, zoom. I was the only person there. Nobody else was in the room, even though there was 10 other girls behind me waiting to talk to her, and this poor woman has to pee, and she's like, come on, stop talking to me, but she did. And she took this time, and she looked at me, and I kind of told her my situation. I said, I've been in Diamond for, you know, a couple months, I haven't, you know, gotten anywhere, I haven't gotten any further, blah, blah, blah. And she looks at me, and she says, and to any of you, this is my own personal opinion, this is my personal testimony of all this stuff, so none of this is, you know, don't take it weird. But she looks at me and she says, Christina, did you thank God today? And I was like, what? She's like, did you thank God today? I said, no. She said, well, are you a Christian? I said, yes. Do you believe in God? Yes. Then why didn't you thank God today? And I was like, because I didn't think about it. And she's like, that's why you're not going anywhere. She said, you are selfish. She said, gratitude is the key to abundance. You are ungrateful, and you don't deserve anything more. You gotta switch that around. She's like, when you realize that everything that you have, if you are, and I hate this word, but if you're just a distributor or just an executive or on and on and on, you are still one of the most wealthy people in this entire world. And you need to suck it up. She says, you need to be grateful or you will never get any further in this business. The only reason that you are being blessed and making the money that you are is because God knows you will do good things with it. That's it. So earn it. And I was like, okay, Cammie, you're amazing. So be grateful. These events, it's amazing going to them, but it's the random conversations that you have in between events or after or in the bathroom. That bathroom conversation changed everything for me. Conference made me realize that this business is possible. Green carpet in July made me realize that I could do it. And then this last green carpet made me finally know that I'm worth it. And it took that long. But I keep saying all the time, if it takes me 5 years to hit ambassador, we just had an ambassador, how long did it take? 8 years, 5 years and 8 years? 2 ambassadors, separate ambassadors. One took 5 years, one took 8 years to hit it. If it takes me 5 years to hit ambassador, and I had my kid right now, I don't have any kids, but if I had a kid right now, they still wouldn't even be in kindergarten. My life hasn't even started. Is it worth it? Is 5 years worth potentially changing the rest of your life? Is it worth it? And if it's not, stop wasting your own time. Get back to your humdrum job that you're okay with. But if you're willing to take a shot and to actually believe in yourself and believe that you're actually worth more than what society has told you that you are, then suck it up, do what you need to do, be grateful, and get to work. That's it.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, my name is Brandon Tipton. I am Mel's husband. And some of the things that I wanted to talk about today was I kind of wanted to talk about our why. Why we do this. If anybody were to sit here before me or you at any time and say, I've never been discouraged in working in It Works business or working any job or anything, or saying I've never been depressed being a mother or a father, or I've never felt like a failure. Everything that we do in life, we all question ourselves. We all question our self-worth. We question, am I good enough with everything that we do? Whether we're captain of the softball team or baseball team or football team, all the way from being mothers and fathers and everything that we do in life, at times we get discouraged and we sit down and we start going, am I really a good enough mom? Look at so-and-so across the street, they're a better mom than I am. And every single person, we have all had those thoughts. And we all get down on ourselves. And the sad thing is I see different leaders in It Works. I see fathers, I see mothers, I see people that work a regular full-time job. And it seems that because of those doubts, and those fears that come in, those ideas that they are not good enough, they let it paralyze them. And they end up staying in that dimension of their life, sometimes forever. And really why they don't progress in life as a person, whether it be being a better mother, father, or progressing in their job, or progressing in It Works, is because they paralyze themselves. And they start believing those feelings and those thoughts that they're not good enough, and that this is all I was here to be, is this. And everybody else around me, and the people across the street, or such and such leader, or such and such coworker is they're just so much better than me, and I'll never be that. And I believe that all of us people here on this earth, that God did not put us here to fail, and He did not put us here. He doesn't make failures, and He doesn't make nobodies. And all of us here have been put here for a reason, and we are somebody. And all of us, every single one of us, have a lot of self-worth. So I want to talk about discouragement. I want to talk about one thing that I feel that all of us need to do, and that is, if we do not have a very strong why that is going to help us combat these depression, these thoughts that we're not good enough, then we need to sit down and have an out loud conversation with ourselves. And we need to find our why, that when times get tough, that we're going to be able to think of that why, and it is going to help inspire us and encourage us to go above and beyond those feelings that we're having at that moment in time. And so my why that I have, and I've shared it with a few people, is that we have a landscaping company, and at one point in our landscaping company, we did a lot of work, and we were owed hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we didn't get paid. And I remember how life became very crappy at that moment in time for us. And I remember standing over my children as they slept and apologizing for the life that I had provided them. And even though my mind knew it wasn't my fault that we didn't get paid, and people filed bankruptcy, and now we're left with all these money owed to us, I remember standing over their bed and apologizing that this is the life I had provided for them. And my why for It Works is I never want to go back there. I never want to be in a position where I'm standing over my children's bed apologizing for the the life that I am providing for them. The things that I've realized with It Works is that this company is a great opportunity. There's not very many times in life that we are invited as a people to be a part of a company that is going to be very successful. I mean, how many of you were invited to be part of Disneyland? I wasn't. How many people of you were invited to be part of Apple? Were you, Christina?
I wasn't even born yet.
See? There you go. So, we aren't always invited to be a part of sometimes some things that are going to be great investments in life. And that we can actually change our lives financially and get out of debt and to do those things. I will tell you that I heard a quote at conference once that went along these lines that money doesn't buy happiness, but debt buys misery and pain. And that's why I was standing over my children that night, weeping, apologizing that this is the life I had provided for them. And that why now is so strong that when I feel discouraged and I feel that I'm not good enough or I feel like quitting, I think of those nights that I stood there and I told myself, I never want to go back. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care how late I have to stay up. I don't care how early I have to get up. I don't care who boos me. It doesn't matter. Those people will never have to go and stand with me in that bedroom and feel the way that I did that night. They can be a spectator sitting on the side, either cheering me or booing me, but none of them have to live my life. And so all of us, we need to find our why, a why that will help us pass anything. For each one of us that are distributors, each one of us that are potential distributors, we have these great products that are behind me that we have been invited and we have joined a program that is going worldwide. And we have an opportunity to change our families' lives and change our own lives and break those chains of debt. Just for fun, everybody should type into Google pain and misery. Something along those lines, and you'll find debt that pops up in the images. You'll see tons of pictures talk about debt, and there's always a chain and a ball attached to it. And the faces among those people, those images that bring up when you type in debt or you type in pain and anguish, you'll see that debt is related to those. And I haven't seen any happy people in those pictures. You see probably where there's sleepless nights and that there are feelings of depression. But you go type in debt-free or you type in happiness, you'll see the words debt-free, and you'll see people that chain is not attached to them, and you see happiness and feelings of those things. It is hard. The products that we have and It Works and the opportunity that we have in this business is real and it's great, and it is the transportation that we have that can help pay off a lot of debt. Sometimes we get hung up in the whole mess of everything. We get hung up in the, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough distributor. Not very many people came to my training meeting. Not very many people came to my wrap party. Not very many people are listening to me. I've had some people that stopped being distributors. And the people that stop being distributors are those that are listening to, they're paralyzing themselves because they're saying, I'm not a good enough person. And they start believing that. And they start saying it's just too hard, or people don't like me, or it's not a good fit. And I don't believe that that is true. I believe that this is a great opportunity for every single one of us. And if we will work hard, find a why that will make you cry, a why that when you think of it, you will run the opposite direction. of whichever, if you're not heading in the right direction, you start thinking that you're heading in the direction that's going to put you in that position that you don't want to be in again, you will turn and run the other direction. And so I love this company because it's going worldwide, and the opportunities are just as good as investing in Apple and all of those other great companies that have come out of the woodworks through the years. This is one of those companies that we have that opportunity. And you know what? If you grow very slow and you work hard at it every day, at least you're moving forward. The definition of a failure is backed by the word I quit. You can never fail at something if you are still trying. If you're trying to be a mom, a good mother, you cannot be a failure at a mother if you're constantly repenting, apologizing, and trying to better yourself as a mother. And so how do you do that? You tell your children sorry after you yell at them, maybe when you shouldn't have. And so what you're doing essentially is you're trying to become a better person and a better you. And the same thing follows with It Works. You may not be the best distributor right now. You may not be the best leader. You may not be the best recruiter. You may not be the best person at retention. But you haven't failed until you say, I quit. And so, as long as you'll continue to repent, say sorry, and try to improve yourself, and become that better person that you know you should be, then you haven't failed. When Thomas Edison, not the dude that did the light bulb, yeah, I just know, well, there's Newton and Edison. So,
I usually think Thomas Edison.
yeah, see, there we go. When he was asked one day how it felt to fail so many times and developing the light bulb. And he said, I haven't failed 1,000 times in trying to develop the light bulb. I've just found 1,000 ways not to build a light bulb. And so he didn't fail because he didn't quit. And this life that we're here on this earth is not a life of a bunch of fails. It's lots of times that we fall down and brush ourselves and get back up and do better. And so I urge each one of you to go and sit down and have an out loud conversation with yourself and find your why. Find your why, that when times get tough and you see your life heading in a direction that you don't want to, whether it be financially or people are not joining your business or whatever, you need to find your why that makes you want to turn around and run the other way. And my why, to me, is very powerful. I don't ever want to stand over my children's bed again. And I know it's not my fault that we didn't get paid. If the economy crashed and people filed bankruptcy and they didn't pay us hundreds of thousands of dollars. But I don't ever want to go back there. And so I will do whatever it takes. And I don't care what other people think of me. But there's a lot of people that do care about me. It seems like we only put our focus on the haters. You know, we have how many haters or how many people that don't want to be a part of It Works or follow us. I have a lot more people that care about what I'm doing and support me and care about me than those that don't. So find your why that makes you cry. The second thing I wanted to talk about today was I want to talk about blitzing. Okay? I love blitzing. To me, it is a very simple and easy thing. I blitzed 2 people yesterday, and they said they wanted to become distributors. And I gave the numbers to Michelle, because she'll take care of it from there. So in talking about blitzing, in owning a landscaping company, I've learned a lot of things in dealing with the general public through a lot of years. I have been in the landscape industry for over 20 years. And I've talked to a lot of people, and even though people are inviting me to come to their house to give them a bid, you always feel that there is a wall put up in between you when you first meet and you first introduce yourself. Because we're talking $5, $10, $50, $100, $200, $500,000 projects that these people are doing. And so everybody, every time you walk up, they've got their guard up because they feel that you're trying to sell them. Trying to sell them on the most expensive things so we can just make a lot of money and everything. And it's the same feeling when we approach people about It Works. Whether they know we're coming for a party or whether we're blitzing them, somehow we have to take down those defenses. And I have always found just talking to people and being real with them and not just immediately talking about the business really helps in doing that. And so I always make a joke. I found that there's a certain joke that I make, and I say it every single time I give an estimate to somebody. And that is, I tell them, you know what, your yard will look great as long as your cookies taste amazing. Other than that, I can't promise you anything. And they start laughing every time. Every time they laugh. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yes, the most important thing that you need to worry about is whether I like chocolate chip or peanut butter. And they laugh again. And immediately the wall just went down. And they see that I'm a real person and it's fun. And I just talk to them about what they want. And people accept that, and that has gone a lot further. Those of you that are afraid of blitzing, I give you a challenge to start doing. One thing you need to do in starting to blitz people, I want you to go out there, and if you're paralyzed, if you're afraid of blitzing people, I don't want you to say anything about It Works. And the next time that you're at Walmart, the grocery store, whether you're buying a pair of shoes, whatever you're doing in the public, I want you to go and have a conversation with someone. And I want you to get comfortable navigating yourself through a conversation before you go and talk about It Works. And you might have to talk to 10 people, you might have to talk to 20 people, you might have to talk to 30 people. But this is going to be you progressing as a person and not paralyzing yourself to stay in the situation that you're in. I'm not growing my business. Well, you've got to have people to wrap to grow your business. So if you're not getting a bunch of response on Facebook, you got to wrap people to grow this business. It's just how it is. And so if you're not out there blitzing people and trying to get contacts, I can promise you're not going to go anywhere, and you'll quit, and you'll pass up on this great opportunity in this company that you have to be a part of. So I challenge you to go, when you're out there at the supermarket, go and talk to somebody. I want you to find someone that you look like you might have something common with. They're wearing workout clothes. If you work out, go like, I love your running shoes, or I love your workout pants, or I love your sunglasses. Yeah, where did you get those? I've been looking for something like that. Are they comfortable? Are they breathable? People will be willing to have a conversation with you very easy. There are some of those people that you start talking to, and it's true, you get the feeling that I don't want to talk to you, I'm in a hurry, and you get that feeling that they don't want to talk to you. That's okay. End the conversation and move on. I find that 90% of the people I talk to want to engage in a conversation, and 10% of people are just busy or they're antisocial. I don't know. So I give that challenge to you. If you want to become a really good blitzer and develop this skill and be very good at it and confident at it, then go and just try and have conversations with people.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
One thing that I heard from Sarah, and she said this, and it changed blitzing for me forever, is I think the one thing that we're the most scared about with blitzing is rejection. And when they say no, I failed, right? No, instead of, when you go up to somebody and you're gonna give them a Blitz card, think about it like a piece of gum. If you went up to somebody and said, hey, do you want a piece of gum? And they say no, are you gonna go cry because they rejected your gum? No, they just don't want a piece of gum. It's not for them. They don't want it right now. So if someone says, no, I don't want your Blitz card, it's not personal, it's, no, I don't want your gum right now. Okay, cool. That's it. So
Maybe
don't take it
later.
personally. Yeah, maybe later. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them.
So I like your comment, what you said.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, ask a question.
No.
Yes,
I can talk to anybody. Like I can spark up combos in the bathroom in Canada with someone from that I don't even speak the language. I don't know, I can talk to anybody. But then when it comes to like actually talking about this, I climb up and I can't talk anymore. Any suggestions or advice? Because I literally could go talk to anybody walking down the street right now. But then actually talking to them about this, I don't know how to do it.
Admit it.
Other than being super forward and be like, so, hear that crazy rap thing?
No, admit it. If you're feeling clammy and you're feeling scared, say, okay, you're so sweet. I'm so happy that we had this conversation. I'm really nervous, but can I tell you something really quick? What am I gonna say?
Okay. So you
Just admit it. And then eventually you won't be scared anymore.
So everybody has different styles and different ways of approaching people that they feel comfortable with their personality. And that works for Christine, and she's really good at it, and she's found success in, well, how do you bring up the business when you talk to people? Me, I like to hint drop. I like to put out what I call bait questions. And I like to say things that makes people ask me about the business, is the way I like to do it. And so, to me, I found that works. And so, for instance, when I went and blitzed yesterday, I was just at the gas station. I wasn't even thinking of blitzing, but just having a conversation and having fun. There's the girl behind the counter, and she's got two of her other friends over here, and I can see that they're all just kind of talking, and they're going to go back to talking as soon as they get done checking me out of buying something at the gas station that I was getting. And so I just said, oh, it looks like you guys are having a party. Awesome. I love parties. And they're like, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out and talking. I'm like, I love parties. I gotta go to a party myself tomorrow. Oh, what party? Have you heard of that crazy rap thing? And they're like, yeah, we're actually thinking of doing something like that. And I'm like, it's amazing. I love it. And it's just my personality of having fun and that's me. And so they're like, I want your information. And I didn't have to ask for it. And they just said, I want your information. And so I got the information from both of them. And that was just yesterday. And so other times that I blitz people, I like to ask big questions that makes them ask me. So when I'm having a conversation with someone and I'm like, hey, those are some really cool shoes. My wife would love something like that. Where did you get those? And I'm like, you know, my wife is really big into health and wellness. Don't look at me. I am into health and wellness. I'm a work in progress right now. She's already there. So where'd you get those shoes? And they tell me about them. Like, are they comfortable? What do women look at in shoes? I mean, man, they don't care. They can pull them out of the mud and be like, yeah, they're shoes, they work. But like, what is it that you like about these? So I'm just having a conversation. I'm navigating through a regular conversation. And I'm like, my wife would like those. Did you see any in green? Because she would love it for her business that she does. There's so many ways to always bring it back to that. And you know what? Me and Michelle blitz like that. I think Michelle likes blitzing like that a lot too now. And I tell Michelle, like, so did you blitz her? And she's like, yeah, she didn't bite on it at all. Like, she threw out 2 opportunities to ask about it. And if someone doesn't want to ask about it, it tells me that they don't want to engage in the conversation very well. And so it's just, I'm done. That was my way of blitzing. I didn't come out And so you gotta blitz in a way that you feel that you're ready to jump out of the airplane, but you know that you have a parachute on. And so if somebody says no in the conversation, if they bring up, yeah, I'm not interested in that crazy rap thing at all, and it's like, oh, that's okay. I've loved it. It's been good for me, you know, and that, but I can understand that. And then I change the conversation. I go into something else instead of being like, what do I say now? This is really uncomfortable. This is really embarrassing. I just go on to something else. Like when someone says, I don't want a stick of gum, you don't go, oh, this is really awkward now. They won't eat my gum. It's just like, you want a stick of gum? Okay. So now why was your friend being an idiot the other day again? Like you just move on with the conversation, and that's all it is, and that's your parachute. You just know, like moving on. And so in blitzing, if you are not comfortable talking to people, you said that you were comfortable talking to people, I like to ask bait questions. I can always bring it around to it works. I can be talking to someone and be like, oh, I forgot I gotta get marshmallows because I'm having a training meeting tomorrow with my company. Oh, what do? You can always bring it around. My wife loves her job. I love my job because it gives me the freedom to be at home. Oh, what do? You can always bring that up when you're talking to someone and in the conversation. And so to me, it's easy because that's how I blitz. It's not just coming up to someone and, hey, here's a blitz card, and you try that crazy. Have you tried that crazy route? And so when you're more personable, now once you've gotten to the point where people are excited and interested, and they go, oh, I haven't tried that crazy rap thing, like you should. That's where you talk about personal. Like, hey, it worked for me. I wasn't really a big believer of it, but the people that we have rapped, that I've seen for myself, it really does work.
And confidence sells. Even if you're scared out of your freaking mind, fake it. Seriously, fake it till you make it. Like, if you know that this works, so do it. You know, just like he said, you know, you should try this. This is amazing. And just be totally confident in the product, even if you're not confident in yourself, and that'll totally resonate you.
Well, tell me how this would sound. If you guys are going to build a house, or you're going to do landscaping, or pick one of those. Let's say build a house, and you meet with your contractor. You're ready to build the house, and the people say, "What would you do? How would you do this?" And you're like, I think that this would be good. And if that person doesn't sound confident in what they are in their profession, are you going to hire them to build your $500,000, your $200,000, your $1 million house? No, you're not. And so the way that you conduct yourself when you blitz people means everything. You just got to be confident. So if you have to have a testimony in the products. And I've had people come right out and be like, I'm not interested, and I'm not that. I'm like, that's fine. And I've just said like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. And and the conversation moves on to something else. Because it would be uncomfortable if I walked up to someone and said, here's a blitz card, and they said, I'm not interested. I would feel like I'm jumping out of a plane without a parachute. Like, awkward, now what do I do? Now what do I say? But when I go and have a conversation with someone at first, and then I throw out the big questions, and 95% of the time they grab onto them, and then that way if they say, like, not interested, this isn't me, I feel like people need to work out to get results like that, I'm like, oh, that's good. This company promotes health and wellness. And then I just go right on with the conversation and something else. And so, but once you talk to people about it, invite them. You need to invite them to try the wrap. And say, you should try this. I think you'd really like this product. There's other products. Don't throw up all over them. Don't go into a lot of things. Get their information. I carry Michelle's Blitz card on my phone. And so to give it to them, I say, let me text you a coupon. If If you want to know more about this, I get their phone number and I text it to them, and I just tell them, I have your phone number. My wife will call you in the next day or two. And do not call them any later than 2 days. You need to follow up with them and then ask them. And just sometimes it's just asking them what they want. So you want to try a wrap? Yeah. You want to get a free wrap, or the wraps are $25. This is how it works. You either do it this way, or this way. I prefer to do it this way.
I also wanted to say, the first thing that I would ask you is, have you become a product of our wraps? Like, do you personally have 100% confidence in that product? Okay, that's why you're not blitzing. That is 100% why you're not blitzing. You need to use the wraps until you see it on yourself.
So Michelle's
You
making,
need to wrap enough people that it doesn't matter if you saw it on yourself, but you know without a doubt this product works. That's why you're not blitzing. I can tell already your energy is that you are friendly and outgoing, you're fun, and people like you, but until you have that 100% confidence in the wrap, the greens don't matter. When Pam Souter talks at events, and you know it, you heard it there. Can we talk about the greens? Can I talk about fit? No. You have to lead with this wrap. And if you can't do that, then you gotta find out why. And if you're not a product of it, that is the exact reason. We can give you all these different ways of bringing it up, and I like to add, I wanna ask people, what do? You get to stay home you get to stay home with your kids, or do you work outside your house? Like, what do you do? So that they're gonna ask me what I do. But I can tell you that all day until you know this product works for yourself, or you've wrapped enough people, you won't utter a word.
well, so what Michelle's saying is we need to become a product of the product, but we need to have a testimony of the product ourselves. And it's the same thing going back to the builder analogy. If you come up to a builder and you're saying, building my house, and he does not have 100% confidence that he's gonna be able to build what you want, and his product is gonna be good, you'll see that and you'll feel that. And you will be like, I don't wanna be a part of it. And so if you haven't gotten a testimony of the wrap, then wrap yourself. One full treatment is 4 wraps. And you know what? Some people have to do more than 1 treatment. But get the testimony for yourself that your skin is smoother, that it does tone and tighten. And you can also get that confidence and that testimony as you watch and put it on other people. So gaining a testimony of that product, sometimes you can gain it with yourself, but it also gets stronger and bigger as you wrap other people and see what it does. And when you do that, then your confidence level is so much more. You just know, like, this product's amazing, it works,
Speak about it.
and that. So, but I try to tell people when they blitz, don't just leave a blitz card. You want to get their information, get their phone numbers, and we've had people be like, I don't want to give you my phone number, and that's when I'm like, here, this is my phone number then. But I try and get their phone number if I can. So that's all the time that we have today for our training. Just a heartfelt thank you to all of you that came to the meeting today and all of you that are watching it live. Do want you to know that we do care about your success in this business. And I can tell you right now that these products that are on these photos behind us, behind me, I can tell you that it has changed my life. I can tell you that I have seen results using the wraps. I have seen results in using the greens. The biggest thing that I have enjoyed about being part of this company is the financial side of things. And it really has been a blessing in my life. And this can also be a blessing in your life if you will understand the opportunity that you have and that you see what you have in front of you and you will work your business like that. You have a great opportunity. I know lots of people kick themselves. I've heard of some people that had the opportunity to join Apple and invest in it when they could have and been millionaires because of it, and they missed that opportunity and didn't do it. I would hate to be in somebody's shoes that quit this business, and then I know that they have to look back 10 years, 5 years, 20 years later and go, I wish I would have stuck it out. I wish I would have said sorry, developed those skills, overcame those things that held me back from being the leader or the person I needed to be to really grow this business and do it. Me and Michelle are here for you guys. We love when people text us, private message us, call us, and ask us questions. We love to come and help answer questions, to help you guys be better blitzers, better leaders, and different things. So reach out to us when you need something, and if you need us to come and help present at parties and do those kind of things, we love running with the runners and being part of that. So thanks for coming to the training today. We'll talk to you next time.